I'm Karen, Halliburton Barber. I'm Assistant Vice President and a Senior Analyst for Produce for Rabobank's Food and Agribusiness Research and Advisory Group.
Great, and we're here today at the World Ag Expo talking to you about a new report that you have out. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Right, well this is the first time that we've taken a look at the table grape sector for the U.S., the whole U.S. market. And so the report's titled The Right Variety at the Right Time, and looking at the robust U.S. Table grape market.
And so what were some of the key points that you found in that?
Well, it was interesting. We first found that the table grape sector is doing pretty well overall, and table grapes are a large part of produce sales at retail. And we then took a look at the consumer side of things and then the producer side of things. So on the consumer side, there's been growth, and it's about a $2.5 billion market now, and it could go to up to $3 billion in sales at retail. This is just retail alone. Over the next few years, 5 years or so, it could be that big. But it's been doing pretty well, and it's been slowly rising up in importance in the whole produce category. And then at the same time, we looked at the producer side of things, and we saw that producers have been enjoying record prices, good prices, record exports, over a million boxes shipped this past year. And so records are being established, and things are looking well. We're also seeing an increasing concentration of sales to exports, and within that, an concentration of sales to Asia. So that's really interesting, and there's being some higher prices that producers can get with those Asian markets. And then on the other side of things, though, is everyone, of course, is trying to figure out how to deal with rising input costs in terms of production. So in that respect, we saw a shift occurring within what is being produced and sold. And so that's been occurring over the past decade or so, and we're seeing a shift from some older varieties that were less friendly to growers in terms of input costs, and moving toward some newer varieties, both public and proprietary varieties, that are more friendly and have just advances in terms of their variety development and the way that they're harvested and produced, and coloring and things like that. And market timing has also been a factor here.
So can we talk a little bit about looking into the future? And you mentioned a couple of things. It looks like we're going to see some more growth in the table grape sector.
It does. The industry is projecting maybe another 10% growth in shipments over the next 3 to 5 years. So, and that would be from the exports and the international trade marketing, and that's been happening, and those developments continuing to unfold, as well as possible growth here in the U.S. market.
And you mentioned one export market. Are there any others that are growing as well, or is it really just the one that is doing so well?
Well, it's really Asia that stands out, and within Asia, China's been doing very well, but there's also the ASEAN markets that they're called, when you talk about the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand and such, and also South Korea, Japan, those markets that have been around for a while. So the growth is very robust to Asia right now as a whole.
So is there anything that growers should watch out for, or anything on the horizon that maybe we need to keep our eye on?
Well, in general, as just competition in general increases across the produce sector and across products, and consumers in general also hopefully become more interested in eating their produce and their fruits and vegetables, then you are competing in that sense, and you're competing against processed foods as well. And so the category has become much more sophisticated in terms of providing all three colors of grapes. The green, the red, the black, but also in terms of even niche products have come about, and higher Brix level, higher sweetness level grapes. We've heard of some getting a lot of buzz in the media, like these cotton candy grapes and such. So there's a lot of effort now to try to differentiate through packaging as well. And so as that keeps happening, growers are just trying to make sure they meet their bottom line and they're profitable, but also try to capture the interest of consumers. So it'll be the challenge to differentiate yourself, but also be at the market at the right time with the right price, but also have those cost and output advantages as well as a producer.